Start with a big breaking update that is coming at this point in time. As far as the war in West Asia is concerned, we're learning that US has launched a fresh attack on Iran. US Central Command has confirmed targeting multiple Iranian military sites, including missile and drone storage facility, radar installation as well, air defense system, communication network and surveillance infra there in Iran, mainly in the southern part of the country. So here's what has happened over the last 24 hours. It all started when Iranian drones struck a commercial oil tanker in the Strait of Hormuz, an attack that US called a clear violation of the ceasefire agreement between the two countries. Now, the US responded with airstrikes on Iranian military targets, but the escalation did not stop there. Iran is also accused of launching drone towards Bahrain, while the Iranian Revolutionary Guard has claimed that it has targeted US military positions in the region. Now, for the second time in the last 24 hours, we're learning that US has hit back. As far as Iran is concerned, President Donald Trump has defended the operation, saying that Iran was given a chance to honor the ceasefire but chose not to. Trump has also issued the strongest warning yet, saying that if Iran continues to defy the ceasefire, the US will quote-unquote, complete the job. Now, this is the second time that there has been a direct military exchange since the ceasefire understanding was reached between the two countries, raising questions about whether the agreement can hold or not, or whether the region is sliding back into a wider conflict. Now, that is the latest we're learning as far as this latest attack and the subsequent threat by Donald Trump is concerned. We are learning that US aircraft have struck Iranian missile and drone storage sites there as well. Now, let me go across to Mr. Mike Cyril, retired US Navy SEAL based in USA. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us. How do you look at what has happened in West Asia in the last 24 hours, in fact? Now we've seen a fresh escalation. Do you believe that the ceasefire between the two countries, and especially the MOU that was signed between the two countries just on June 17, that has been violated?
It has. And guys, this should not be surprising as well. Iran has shown a pattern over 47 years of not abiding by any agreement or MOU. So what we know is a one-way drone, attack drone was launched at a ship in the Strait, struck it. The U.S. responded proportionally to send a message to Iran to abide by the MOU. Iran has then made it a tit for tat by sending drones into Bahrain. We will see if Iran shows up in Switzerland next week as planned for the negotiations. But again, this should not be surprising. And quite frankly, I think we should expect for more U.S. strikes on strategic targets within Iran to send a very clear message, either abide by the MOU or suffer their fate.
All right, so that's the latest we're learning as far as the attack. Another attack on Iran is a concern. Let me take our viewers through what has happened in the last 24 hours, because as we told you, it all started with Iran, in fact, attacking the vessel there in the Strait of Hormuz. Then US retaliated, and then Iran attacked Bahrain. And after that, now witnessing that that US has once again launched fresh strikes on Iran. Let me once again go back to Mr. Mike on this. Mr. Mike, how do you look at the situation panning out in the coming days? Because there was one MOU that was signed between the two countries, but it was also followed by negotiation between the two countries. We saw what happened in Switzerland. Even though the Iranian side walked out, there was still negotiation and conversation between the two countries. Now with the fresh attacks, how do you see the situation pan out in the coming days?
Well, I think it really points to something that's going on in Iran. I think there is a strife, a conflict between the political class, the politicians who are more moderate and want the survivability of Iran. And then you have the real decision makers, the military and the IRGC, and they are not abiding by this deal. So if they can't get aligned inside Iran, what I suspect that will lead to is more conflict. Now, understand, Iran is also testing U.S. resolve here. For your viewers, we have a midterm election year going on this year. That's vitally important. And Iran is making an assumption that our midterm elections are going to affect President Trump's decision making. And that is a strategic miscalculation. President Trump and the Department of War have held back from hitting very critical targets in Iran. We're talking about power plants, about their oil infrastructure, their desalinization plants. If Iran, who has a choice here, we're going to wait and see how they respond to this. They ultimately can either decide on their fate or continue negotiations.
Absolutely. It remains to be seen how this pans out in the coming days. Stay on with us. I'll come back to you once again.